to Ameta Academy Friday Lives. Starting today, we're expanding Friday Lives into two dedicated tracks. The first is our product education series, where we focus on technologies, products, real installer projects, and practical deployment tips. All the Friday Lives episodes we have done so far were part of the product education series. Now, the new second track is our competitive edge series, where we compare technologies, market trends, and competitive approaches so installers and integrators can better position solutions in the field. Today's session is part of our Competitive Edge series. With these episodes, our goal isn't to tell you what to sell, it's to help you understand the technology, understand the market, and help you make better decisions for your customers. So let's get into it. Let me start with the question. How many of you had the customer ask, "What's your best camera for seeing at night?" Probably every installer watching this has been asked this question. And if you've been in the industry long enough, you probably lived through multiple generations of that conversation. Years ago, it was all about infrared. Then everyone started talking about Starlight. Then ColorVu showed up and changed the conversation again. And now we're hearing terms like blacklight AI-ISP. So today, I don't want a product pitch. I want to take a step back and look at how low light technology has evolved and what actually matters when we're designing systems for our customers. Next slide. Let's quickly walk through the technology timeline. When the traditional infrared cameras came out, they solved a very basic problem. They helped us see something in the dark. But as installers know, seeing something and identifying something are two very different things. So then came Starlight to solve that problem. Starlight was a huge advancement because it focused on sensitivity. It helped cameras perform better in low light environments without relying heavily on infrared. And then the industry moved towards ColorVu and other full color technologies. The goal shifted from seeing something in the dark to maintaining color throughout the night. And that brings us to where we are today, the blacklight AI-ISP technology. You see, with blacklight AI-ISP technology, you get not just the better sensors or better images, you get intelligent image processing which produces an image that is vivid, bright, and is full color with extraordinary scene details, all without using any supplementary light, just the ambient light like stars or moonlight from the sky. Guys, if you think about it, every one of these technologies wanted to solve the same problem. That is, how to capture clear scene details so that the camera's footage becomes usable in investigations. And now we have the answer. You do it with blacklight AI-ISP. Okay, since we have been discussing technology, I do want to point out that sometimes we in the industry spend a lot of time talking about technology, but the end users don't care that much about the tech behind it. Customers care about something much simpler. Next slide. Guys, I've been doing this a long time, and I can honestly say I've never had an installer partner call me and say, "Austin, my customer is asking for 0.001 lux." That's not how customers think. When something happens, they ask, "Can I tell who it was? Can I tell what happened? Can I identify the vehicle?" That's the business we're really in. It's not about selling brightness, we're selling answers, and that's why this comparison matters. But before we start comparing anything, let's give credit where credit is due. Next slide. Every one of these technologies move the industry forward. No technology becomes successful unless it solves a real problem. Starlight improved low light sensitivity, ColorVu pushed full color imaging, and blacklight AI-ISP technology introduces intelligent image enhancement. They've all trying to solve the same challenge from slightly different angles. That challenge is how to capture clear scene details so that the camera footage becomes usable in investigations. But now, let's move from theory to something installers actually care about, the results. Next slide. So, let's look at these images. The same scene, the same person, the same vehicle, the same conditions. Now, when you look at these images, don't focus on which one is brighter. That's actually the wrong question. The right question is, if something happened tonight, which image would I want to hand law enforcement tomorrow morning? Which image gives me the best chance of identifying the individual? Which image gives me the best vehicle detail? Which image gives me the most usable evidence? Starlight gave us visibility. ColorVu gives us brightness and color. Blacklight AI-ISP focuses on optimizing the image for identification, because the goal isn't a brighter image, the goal is better identification. Always remember that. So if that's the goal, better identification, better evidence, better confidence, then the next question becomes, how do we actually achieve that? Next slide. And that's where AI-based blacklight series comes in. Let's look at what the actual cameras. We have a 4 megapixel model, an 8 megapixel 4K model, and the 8 megapixel motorized model. But what they all share is the same philosophy. You got a large 1 and 1.8 inch sensor, f1 point aperture, full color capability, AI analytics, and active deterrence. But the differentiator is Blacklight AI-ISP. The camera isn't just capturing an image, it's helping optimize the image. Noise reduction, contrast optimization, color enhancement, and detail recovery. Hardwire captures the scene, but Blacklight AI-ISP helps refine it. Now, let's give you a few example projects done by our installer partners with Blacklight cameras. Next slide. One project was a large residential property, and interestingly enough, the homeowner wasn't unhappy with their ColorVu cameras. They were unhappy with their footage. They could see people, they just couldn't identify people confidently. So installer partner replaced them with the blacklight cameras. This upgrade wasn't about brightness, it was about image detail. And guess what? Customer was happy with the upgrade. Another project was an auto dealership. Every existing full color camera looked good when vehicles were parked. The challenges came when the conditions changed: headlights, reflections, changing ambient lighting. The customer wanted image quality consistency, and our installer provided that by deploying our blacklight cameras. And then we had a commercial project with the parking lot deployment. The customer wasn't just looking for visibility, they wanted identification, active deterrence, and analytics. So for them, the blacklight camera became part of the security strategy, not just a recorder, and it delivered on its promise. All right, my guys, if you forget everything else from today's session, remember this one thing. Next slide. Don't sell brightness, sell identification. When customers call after an incident, they don't ask, how bright was the image? They ask, can you tell who it was? Can you identify the vehicle? Can you use the footage? That's the conversation we should be having, which is why when you're competing in the field, don't get dragged into a spec sheet battle. Instead, you should talk about outcomes. Let me tell you why. Next slide. Outcomes matter because customers don't buy lux ratings, sensor sizes, or marketing names. They buy confidence, they buy peace of mind, they buy confidence that something happens, the footage will actually help them. Now, to wrap it up, let's come back to where we started. Next slide. For years, the conversation was Starlight or ColorVu. I think that's yesterday's question. The better question moving forward is, how do I give my customers the best chance of identifying what happened? Because at the end of the day, surveillance isn't about brightness. It's not about marketing terms. It's not even about cameras. It's about evidence. And better evidence starts with better identification. All right, that's the wrap for today. If you missed any of our Friday Live episodes, you can catch them all on our website on our YouTube channel. Now, I'd like to get into a Q&A. Please post your questions in the chat and we'll be happy to answer them here live. All right, now fire off those questions. Again, guys, thank you for coming today and learning with us. Again, it's more of an educational series of comparing technologies. So if you have a question about ISP and how it works, again, if there's something you need to clarify that wasn't in the presentation, let me know. If you have a question about how Starlight compares that wasn't clear in here, let me know. Just any questions, maybe how Blacklight would help during any projects, let me know as well. We're looking for those type of questions. Or if you have a general questions about night vision technology, let us know. Okay, looks like we got a question here. Do blacklight cameras have LEDs? And yes, our blacklight cameras do have LEDs, but they don't get activated for full color night vision. They only come on when the scene is completely pitch black. Think about a dark closet with no windows. There's absolutely no light, so there has to be some type of light to be even see a full color image. That's when the blacklight camera turns on its white light. And as far as other lights on the camera, it does have a built-in backup infrared light. So if you want to choose black and white night vision, you can do that. It also has red and blue strobe lights for active deterrence. It also has a speaker for active deterrence as well. So it's not just for low light imaging, it's a complete solution. All right, and then we have one that says, was blacklight technology developed by AIBASE? Yes. We were actually one of the first players to have the AI-ISP technology on the market, and for about 3 years we've had this, along with the active deterrence with the ISP technology. A lot of cameras out there that you'll see won't have deterrence with the ISP, and we actually have that. It's a not just a ultra low light camera, it's an active deterrence camera, and because the AI is so great in the camera itself, it can even do things like facial recognition. Yeah. So we have another question here. So AI-based blacklight cameras have two-way audio. Yes, they come equipped with a microphone and a speaker. So you can not only listen in, you can talk out. And with that speaker, you can set up AI to activate sirens on AI events or play a custom message as well. Great questions. Thank you, guys. Again, one thing to take away from here is infrared was old. We got full color white lights, and then came Starlight, and then came ColorVu, and now the best technology here is blacklight AI-ISP technology. Not only giving you a brighter image, but enhancing the details in that image, making more accuracy for your evidence. I have another question right here. Can it do facial recognition? Our blacklight ISP cameras can do facial recognition. They can even run stand and load with the SD card, and you can use our app for facial recognition. You can put our blacklight ISP camera on a 4-channel and use facial recognition and capture. These cameras are truly advanced cameras, and it can make a simple a simple setup a great advanced setup. I have another question here. Some partners are wondering, what is the NEMA 4X rating on blacklight cameras? It's a great question. Our blacklight cameras come equipped with a NEMA 4X coating. And what that is, it's a special paint coating that is corrosion resistant and weather resistant for harsh environments. So think about, negative 20 degrees in the cold, or maybe 140 degrees in the Vegas desert. The NEMA 4X coating will help stand the test of time, and also too it's also great for humid environments. I know I have a lot of customers in Florida. That's a lot of humidity out there. They're worried about rust. NEMA 4X combats that completely. Okay, I see a question here in Spanish here. We have some of our guys that can speak some Spanish. If you want to take a call, I can definitely get some Spanish there. If not, feel free to text us. I can get a rep to text you, or maybe I can give you a text there in Spanish that we communicate via Spanish. But yeah, the best way is always call us 626-563-6001. Give us a call, and I'll get you forward to a Spanish speaker. And I have another question here. Does the blacklight camera have AI like line crossing? Guys, the blacklight camera has all the AI. It has multi-target detection. It has perimeter intrusion, loitering detection, line crossing detection, line queue detection. There's not a lot of AI that this camera doesn't have. It's a full packed camera, and it's the best bang for your buck as far as technology goes. It's really unmatched. And also too, we added on the ISP camera blacklight, fire and smoke detection, and also fall detection too. So great for think of like old people homes where falling is a problem, and it can lead to some bad things happening. So you need to be responsive. So with fall detection on these cameras, you can actually get a notification that someone fell and react in real time. So yeah, the blacklight cameras have a lot of AI. Great questions, guys. And we have another question here. Does it see farther than the regular camera? And yes, the blacklight camera does see farther than a regular camera. Because of the ISP technology, you're not just getting an infrared that stretches 30 meters. You're not getting a full color white light that stretches about 25 meters. You're getting a blacklight ISP technology that brightens the image completely, so you can see as long as the camera can see, really, to the horizons. Okay, great question. All right, we're just going to give it a minute and wrap it up here. If you have any final questions, please send it up in the chat. If not, we'll conclude shortly. You can always call us 626-563-6001. We're happy to take your call and answer any inquiries that come in. Yeah. Also, too, look at us.ametagroup.com for all my installers. It's a new website that we just launched here at Ameta USA. You can find our YouTube videos here in that same website under Ameta Academy. We have a great help center with a lot of FAQs. We have a full capability to see all our products, spec sheets, everything that you would need to now centralize on one platform for our U.S. customers. Again, it's for dealers and installers only. us.ametagroup.com. It's a new, beautiful website. Go ahead and check it out. And also, too, we actually have a section on the website on us.ametagroup.com. If you look on the top right corner there, it should say Access Demos. And there we have 3 ways to access a remote demo in our offices. So you can see the technology at first hand and get started today with a live demo. You can do a mobile app access. We have a VMS access, and we even have a web browser VMS access on our AIBASE. Again, that's AIBASE only. We can do web VMS, a desktop VMS, and a mobile app. All right, I don't see any questions coming in here in the chat. We're going to wrap it up here. Give it a couple seconds. All right, really appreciate everyone's questions today. Really appreciate everyone tuning in. Like always, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap that bell so you never miss one of our Friday lives. Take care, and we'll catch you next week.